Hello friends, welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, August 21st, and it's a beautiful day here in southeastern PA. Currently it's only about 72, 73 degrees, sunny, just an absolutely gorgeous morning. Unfortunately the cicadas are quite loud today, and I just didn't want to have to shout over them, so I decided to make the video indoors. But soon enough they'll be quieting down, and we can hopefully enjoy some near fall, if not fall, weather in the not too distant future. It is kind of sad to see summer winding down, all the kids going back to school and everything, but you know, it's just the cycle of existence, and these things are they mark the passing of time, and I always enjoy the changes because they tell us that the cycle continues. So I've got a few things that I'd like to talk about today. First, I had a great day yesterday. I met up with another YouTuber. You know him as the Great American Doc Piper, my good friend Ali. And Ali was in the area, roughly speaking. He was actually in southern New Jersey, and he wanted to see Cigar International. And Cigar International is in a town called Hamburg. And Hamburg is it's about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes northish of where I live, northwest of where I live. It was about a 2-hour drive for him, so you know, we both made a bit of a pilgrimage there. But the Cigar International store in Hamburg is fantastic. It's a huge store, has a fantastic cigar humidor. Not a bad selection of pipe tobacco and pipes, but it's a cigar store. But yeah, compared to most cigar stores, it's got an enormous selection of pipe tobacco and pipes. And a great lounge, 2-level lounge, bar. There's some food you can actually order in from the local restaurants, and they'll deliver to the bar there. So just really a great place to hang out. And we got there a little bit before 11 o'clock in the morning. I have to be honest, I was thinking, gee, we'll hang out for a bit, grab some lunch, and I'll head home maybe 2 o'clock or so. Before we knew it, it was 4 o'clock, and we spent all that time just in Cigar International, just hanging out in the lounge area and talking. And Ali is a great guy. It was really great to. I'd spoken to him a few times by phone, but it was great to meet him in person. Really enjoyed it, and we just had a lot of fun. He brought a bunch of tobacco. I brought a bunch of tobacco. We sampled mostly his tobacco. And we made a short video that he's posted on his channel, and I'll put a link down below to that. Hopefully you'll go over and watch that. His channel really is fantastic. I like his style, his approach to presenting, and he really has some good thoughts on tobaccos, pipes, and life in general. So he's worth checking out. And if nothing else, you should see the video we made, because it was really a great day. So the other thing that I'm kind of excited about and excited to share with you all is I have a new acquisition. I'm not actually counting this as a PAD, or pipe acquisition disorder symptom, because it's a unique and a little bit different. I picked up one of these guys. This is the Chris Morgan Cob Cigar. And these are on or for sale right now at aristocob.com. And I saw Chris do a video on these. You know, Chris is known for making the Briar cigar, which I guess, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, I guess it's a take on the old Zeppelins, which were basically pipes in the shape of a cigar that you would smoke. And I don't think they were ever very popular. They had some problems. Chris apparently spent a lot of time re-engineering the concept, and he now makes and sells a very nice Briar cigar. And as a takeoff on that, he worked with Missouri Meerschaum to make the Cob cigar. And Scott over at Aristocob did a really nice video on this about a week ago, where he describes the Cob cigar, and also lets us take a look at the internals. So I'll link to both Chris's video and to Scott's video below, and I highly recommend you take a look at them. This is the reason. This was an impulse buy. I thought it was cool. I thought it was something worth trying, and it was about $18. So fairly inexpensive as in terms of pipe money, and it was just something neat to try. So what we've got here is this is a cob, a corn cob, and it's obviously been shaped to a cigar-like shape. It is drilled through, although the diameters are a bit different on each end. And right about here somewhere, there is a hardwood plug that seals off the drill through. And then there's a small draft hole going through that hardwood plug. So down here, sorry, I'm trying to keep this in the shot. So from here to about here, you have a tobacco chamber. And from here back to here, you have a calabash chamber. So a place for the air to, the smoke to circulate and cool. And then it has a nice vulcanite or ebonite stem, and it's an unusual shaped stem. As you can see, it's circular at the end. It doesn't have a flat. And Chris has pointed out that it's not really designed for clenching, but it can be clenched. And it's not terribly uncomfortable, but it's more of a temporary place to hold your Cob cigar than a place to actually walk around and puff on it. So I've smoked this 2 times now. This will be the 3rd time. I've packed it with Carter Hall, and when you pack it, the trick is that you have to sort of pack it with a tamper, at least in my opinion, because it's very difficult to get the tobacco to filter all the way down to the bottom. So what I do is put a little pinch in and then take the tamper out and tamp it down. And if you remember the 3-step method where you're packing hard, moderate, and then no, it's the opposite. You're packing soft, moderate, and then hard. That's kind of the method that I use. Anyway, it works fine. I'm not filling it fully, so there's about maybe a 1/4 inch at the top there that's open or empty, and it has a nice draw. So I'm going to light this up, and you light it, I don't know, sort of like you would light a pipe, but horizontally. Chris points out in his video that you are going to char the end of this, and it's a corn cob, so that's okay. I am smoking Carter Hall in this, which is probably a huge surprise to most of you. And I gotta say a couple things about it. It's nice. It is a cool smoke, very reminiscent of what you would get from a corncob pipe. You can tamp it as you go along, just like you would any other pipe. There's really nothing unique about it other than the orientation of the chamber. And there's no worry about ash falling out or the tobacco falling out. I mean, it holds in there quite well. I haven't had any ash fall out in the 2 times that I've smoked it, although I have found that I can actually turn it over and just whack it a few times and the ash just tumbles out. So you want to be careful. You don't want to turn it upside down and shake it or anything. I think I'm losing the light a bit here. Yeah. Let's see if this guy works. My Zippo flint just reached bottom. There we go. And I guess the other thing that the other thing that I've noticed is that it does require a little bit more tension than a traditional pipe. In that it seems to go out a bit more easily, but it's a minor thing. It's nice that Chris put a vulcanite stem on this. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. And while the the stem is odd. It is very comfortable to puff on. It's not a comfortable clencher, as I said, but it's not supposed to be. One I hate to say complaint, because I really like the product, and for $18, you can't go wrong. And I'll say before I get into the tiny little negatives, if you even think you might enjoy this, you should buy one. For $19, $19, it's a fun addition to your collection, and even if you smoke it a few times, it's well worth it. So I guess two things I'd say, and these aren't negatives as much as just, you know, letting you know what I think of it, so that you're not surprised if you decide to buy one. And the first is, you got to keep in mind that it is a cob, so it's got some rough spots on it. You know, there's some natural roughness to the cob. The finish is actually quite nice. I don't see any flaws in it or anything, but it's a piece of corn cob, so you shouldn't expect it to be any more beautiful than any other Missouri Meerschaum product is. Having said that, I think it's actually quite nice. The other thing, and again, this is minor, the stem. I understand why the stem was designed this way. Makes a lot of sense for this application. The one thing I don't like about the stem is that you just have this round opening here, and it tends to, you know, concentrate the smoke on one spot on your tongue. It would be nice if this could be funneled a bit, or, you know, flattened a bit and funneled a bit, but I understand why that's not the case here. And it's a small quibble. Really, it doesn't detract much from the pipe, but it is something to keep in mind when you're smoking this. You don't want to have the stem right up against your tongue. You probably want to have it back in your mouth a bit, let the smoke fill your mouth rather than hit your tongue first. And, you know, I won't say it's magical or anything. It's a nice smoking experience. It's very similar to smoking this is very similar to smoking Carter Hall in a corncob pipe. So there's nothing, you know, mind-blowing about the experience of smoking this, but it's fun and it's different, and you know, it's an inexpensive way to sort of add variety to your rotation. So I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you all will take a look. I will link to both of those videos, both Chris's video and Scott's video, below, and I believe they're right now for sale at Aristocob and maybe at Missouri Meerschaum as well. I'm not sure about that. I got mine from Aristocob. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm enjoying it, and it's been an eventful weekend with the visit with Ali yesterday. Sorry, it's Dunkin' Donut day today. I didn't feel like brewing coffee. Yeah, the visit with Ali, just getting some things done around the house. My wife's been away for a bit, so I've been sort of trying to maintain some level of order. And I'm not necessarily the best person to do that. She's supposedly coming home today, so I have to hide the evidence of the fact that I've been eating nothing but takeout for a week, and, you know, that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, everything's really going well. So I hope you're all doing well and enjoying yourself, having a great weekend, having a good pipe or cigar, and spending time with friends. So I will let you go then. Hopefully I will be back on Wednesday with an update on the cob modification. It remains to be seen if I'll get that done in time, but I'm going to try. And at the very least, I will be back in touch with you next weekend. So until then, please take care of yourself, and I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.